What if there was an ancient secret to bulletproof your back to pain? Embedded in the poop protocols of an ancient Himalayan king, passed down to his warriors and citizens, that made them virtually immune to the modern scourge of back pain. Would you want to know what it is? You see, here's what's crazy. Chronic back pain, herniated discs, and sciatica, they're almost non-existent in less developed primitive cultures. That's right. Less advanced societies, like that ancient Himalayan king, with far less medical expertise and resources, don't have near the problem with back pain we do. But it was this very disconnect that troubled an injury recovery expert so much that it led him to a worldwide search for answers, and he wouldn't quit until he could uncover the truth about what made these cultures so immune, so resistant to the kind of chronic back pain that immobilizes countless Americans every day. After years of relentless searching, he finally uncovered the answer and wasted no time in applying this time-proven method to heal his own clients. Clients like Olympic weightlifters who had injured their backs beyond the skill and reach of conventional Western medicine. And it was this odd but revolutionary poop protocol stretch that ultimately helped take those Olympians from the injured reserve list straight to the medal stand in the 2012 London Olympics. You see, where conventional Western medicine had failed them completely, this ancient approach succeeded brilliantly. The typical Western approach to back pain looks like this: dangerous prescription meds, bed rest and inactivity, an endless stream of appointments with pricey specialists. This not only drains the bank account and gives false hope, but more often than not, it can actually make back pain worse, compounding and perpetuating this modern epidemic, condemning millions of Americans to the pain maze. It's become a vicious cycle with no end in sight. Sadly, Western medicine continues to rely on an outdated protocol that merely serves to feed the industrial medical money machine and keep sufferers in the pain maze indefinitely. A shocking new report reveals the extent to which Americans continue to struggle with chronic back pain and search for answers. What's worse, this report shows in black and white the extent to which the system has failed them. Back pain sufferers bounce from specialist to specialist until eventually they give up. Obviously, the system is sinfully broken. All those appointments, follow-ups, referrals, and prescriptions end up lining the pockets of Big Pharma and the industrial medical fat cats, while the majority of Americans continue to suffer. Clearly, the system is designed to keep their money machine running. It's not meant to solve your endless back pain. For them, keeping you in pain keeps money in their pockets. See the lack of incentive to truly help you? If you've asked yourself, how is this horrible epidemic possible in the birthplace of miraculous modern medicine? You are not alone, and clearly not your fault Western medicine has failed you so spectacularly. But here is your chance for sweet relief. And with all my heart, I urge you to watch this presentation all the way through before Big Pharma and the back pain industry try to take it down, so they keep you as lifetime customers. Now, if you will grace me with your attention for the next 10 minutes, I'll reveal to you what these back pain immune cultures have done for centuries to bulletproof their backs to pain. And in just a minute, I'll show you the secret ancient Himalayan poop protocol stretch that can help unlock even the most stubborn, tight, fragile, and painful back. It's a stretch you can do anywhere, anytime, and it doesn't matter how old you are, what kind of shape you're in, or how long you've been suffering with chronic back pain, because this stretch targets the control center of your back, the one place where virtually every muscle, nerve, and tendon in your back connects, and influences the health of your entire body. Once you learn this one movement to access your control center, you'll be on your way out of the pain maze. This protocol is so powerful, it's the secret weapon that keeps black belt martial artists young, spry, and pain-free, even though their backs take a beating day after day. It's the exact same back recovery system that's helped Olympic weightlifters stand proudly on the podium after they thought they would be forever crippled by dream-stealing back pain. It's the covert training secret helping special ops warriors stay in the fight and defend freedom. This system can help erase years of back pain, even if you're suffering from the searing pain of sciatica or a dreaded herniated disc. Again, I implore you to watch this special report all the way through. There are powerful forces within the industrial medical establishment who will stop at nothing to protect their gravy train. After all, hospital funding depends on how well they can resolve pain. Enter the opioid epidemic. I've already received veiled threats from some in the medical establishment warning me to remove this website. They are massively threatened by the prospect that Americans could finally be free of their back pain 100% naturally. Without drugs, without surgery, and without the endless office visits that line their pockets. Now, you may be wondering why I'm so passionate about helping people with their back pain. Hi, my name is Isabella Stambolski, and after month upon endless month of debilitating back pain, and after crying endless tears because of the life I had lost, after feeling betrayed by a medical system that stole my money and my hope, and after finally resorting to last-ditch efforts, like ingesting scorpion venom, just to try and get an hour's worth of relief, with absolutely no answers, and with zero help at all from the industrial medical establishment, I felt like I had been abandoned in the pain maze, with no exit in sight. Right when I felt most hopeless and most abandoned by the medical profession, almost by accident, I was introduced to an Olympic recovery specialist I mentioned earlier. He's made it his life's work to study and learn from these cultures with bulletproof backs, and introduce what he has learned to the millions upon millions of back pain sufferers, begging for a real solution. It's a solution so simple you can do at home, and it won't cost you thousands of dollars, nor does it require expensive and risky surgery. In fact, it may save you from that fate. It won't require hours upon hours of therapy or an endless chain of referrals to the next specialist. All it will require is about 12 minutes of your time. So, if you have just 12 minutes a day to invest in finally becoming free of back pain, in the next 12 minutes, I'll tell you everything you need to know to get much needed and deserved relief heading your way, so you too can bulletproof your back and get your young back. After all, I'd spent month after month in the pain maze after a crippling car accident. My life felt like it was over, far too soon. Most nights, I cried myself to sleep, desperately wanting someone to take me by the hand and lead me out of the pain maze of confusing and conflicting back pain information. That all ended for good the moment I met Virgil Prutinu, almost by chance. And as I limped into his office, he smiled at me with compassion and with a confidence that began to give me hope. His confidence was well-founded. As I walked in, I saw photo after photo of smiling faces. They were everyday people that had found the pain maze exit for good. Success stories everywhere, like Joanna S., who said, "I didn't think I could ever walk again like I did before the accident. Thanks to you, I can." Or Michaela M., who gushed, "I was diagnosed with untreatable lumbar scoliosis. After only one session, I feel great. This helped me move again." Well done, Virgil. I was hoping beyond hope I might become one of them. But before I experienced that amazing breakthrough for myself, Virgil had to break through a handful of back pain lies I had so strongly believed in for years. In fact, Virgil helped me destroy 3 Olympic-sized back pain lies. These lies kept me imprisoned in my pain maze. And worse, they kept me from living the life I wanted to live. These 3 lies keep you locked in the pain maze. Now, if you still haven't found the exit of the pain maze, don't be too hard on yourself. The healthcare system in America, even though it's the most advanced in the world, has been broken for years. Also, keep in mind that these are the same lies the back pain industry has held up as gospel truth for decades. Like Mark Twain said, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. But as of right now, you'll finally be able to see through these lies and expose them for yourself, just as Virgil did as the lead back health trainer for a team of Olympic weightlifters in the 2012 London Games. Now, here are the 3 back pain lies I hope you never fall for again. Lie number 1, chronic back pain is like death and taxes. You just have to learn to live with it. Thanks, Virgil. This is a miracle. I almost forgot how to smile. I thought I just needed to get used to this pain. You managed to fix my spondylosis. Thank you, and I strongly recommend this. Anisora I. Well done. Thanks to you, I'm entirely functional again. Carmen B. In just a minute, I'll tell you about Dimitri, one of Virgil's patients. Like me, he'd suffered debilitating back pain caused by an accident and was told he just had to learn to manage it with pills and a wheelchair. Until he discovered Virgil's all-natural back pain correcting system. The result? Let's just say the transformation is of biblical proportions. Like Dimitri, learning to live with it and managing the pain with pills was the lie I had believed up until I met Virgil. You don't have to just live with it. But unfortunately, this is how the system is set up. It gets you chasing an endless chain of interventions, which ultimately prove to be ineffective at best and massively harmful at worst, which leads people to believe their chronic back pain is a life sentence. check out this shocking news report that exposed how the existing healthcare system is rigged to perpetuate this lie. Pain management techniques like RX meds, joint blocks, epidurals, disc procedures, and ligament injections increased by 95% in the 5 years between 1998 and 2003. What's worse, those same techniques and procedures more than doubled to 222% in the same 5 years within the Medicare population. How sinister is it that the back pain industry targets the aging generation, taking even greater advantage of us, in cahoots with the opioid industry? What's worse, the back pain industry is in bed with the opioid industry, a solution with 2 catastrophic problems. Check this out. Problem 1. Pain pills only treat the symptoms of the problem, not the cause. And as you'll see in just a minute, even if they're anti-inflammatories, these pills interrupt your body's natural healing process and keep you in a perpetual state of pain and dependence. Problem 2. Pain relievers can be deadly. The opioid dependency crisis has reached epidemic proportions here in the U.S. Americans are addicted. And get this, opioids are 80 to 100 times stronger and more addictive than morphine. Fentanyl, the most common synthetic opioid, was developed specifically for the pain management industry that loves repeat customers. It's easy to see why Americans account for nearly 1/3 of the world's fentanyl consumption. And it's obvious that the back pain industry has no interest in you actually becoming pain-free. Opioids is 3 times more deadly than heroin, even though opioids kill 3 times as many Americans as heroin. In fact, opioid abuse claims 130 American lives every single day. Yet prescribing pills continues to be option number 1 for the back pain industry. In 2014, 2 opioid prescriptions were given out for every 3 Americans. If you've ever been handed pills and were told it was the solution to your back pain, I do not blame you for feeling massively taken advantage of. I know I did when I started to see this lie for what it is. It's no wonder the back pain industry wants to silence simple, all-natural success stories like mine. Chronic back pain is reversible. Listen, contrary to the back pain industry's lie, chronic back pain is not just something you have to learn to manage with a life-stealing prescription. It is reversible. You don't just have to learn to manage the pain and live with it. You see, after just one encounter with Virgil's all-natural system, I was finally walking pain-free. I was no longer experiencing the sharp, stabbing, and searing pain I had struggled with for months. And the joy I felt the day I became pain-free, it's simply hard to find the words. Walking, leaping, and dancing for joy. Well, I'm sure you can imagine for yourself how ecstatic you'd be if right now, in this very moment, all you felt was lightness and ease in your body. Now, it was during that first visit with Virgil that he told me about Dimitri, imprisoned in a wheelchair for 6 years after falling victim to the back pain industry's assault on his back with pills, injections, and surgery. He'd finally been told he'd just have to learn to live with it, that his chronic back pain was permanent and irreversible. He had a medicine cabinet chock full of dangerous prescriptions, so many it was hard to keep track of. But through Virgil's all-natural system, Dimitri was able to see through this vicious lie, ditch his wheelchair, and start walking again. I can only imagine. Can you imagine what Dimitri felt as he started walking again for the first time in 6 years? I imagine he felt like the lame man Jesus healed. Now, can you imagine what your life will feel like when you're able to dissolve the belief that you'll have to learn to live with pain or forever have to manage pain? If you've believed your chronic back pain is permanent, forever your fate, please know this, it's not true. And it's not your fault for believing so. It's the result of a well-run, financially incentivized pharmaceutical propaganda campaign that's been horribly successful in keeping millions imprisoned to outdated protocols and back pain meds for decades. I'm a different woman thanks to Virgil. I had suffered for a long time with a herniated disc. After only one session, I felt great. All the other methods I tried, pain pills, injections, all kinds of procedures, and anti-inflammatory drugs, didn't help at all and were so expensive. I feel so very good now. I want to thank Virgil from the bottom of my heart, and I warmly recommend what he teaches. Liliana O. You see, there is hope, and it comes in the form of one of the most common molecules on planet Earth. It's the single most uncommon molecule present in your back when it comes to chronic back pain. And I'll tell you everything you need to know about this one molecule in just a minute. But first, you need to buckle your seatbelt for back pain lie number 2. It has to do with the mysterious source of just about every instance of chronic back pain that you can think of. Lie number 2, finding the true source of back pain is like finding a needle in a haystack. I'm sure you've been told finding lasting relief for your chronic back pain is a long, confusing, and exhausting journey. And that's likely what brought you to this free presentation today. Like most people struggling with chronic back pain, it can feel like you're in a maze, going round and round, seeing one specialist after another, bouncing from one approach to the next, trying muscle relaxers, anti-inflammatories, and prescription meds, experimenting with dangerous injections, or even try drinking strange concoctions like scorpion venom, like I did, while never finding a lasting solution. The solution is sacred. But what if the answer wasn't nearly as complex and mysterious as all those specialists have made it seem? What if I told you there's one region, about 9 inches square, that actually holds the one key to unlocking back pain, no matter where it's found in your back? Take a look at this illustration Virgil showed me in his office. Although it looks complicated, it actually reveals the one specific area where the majority of your soft tissue, muscles, tendons, and nerves connects. The one region that unlocks virtually every single instance of back pain. And while the anatomy of the back looks complicated, it truly isn't. Because what causes pain in all of us, and thus what relieves pain in all of us, is not some needle in a haystack. You just have to know where to look. And Virgil revealed that to me as well. Take a look at this close-up of the same illustration. This is considered your back's sacral region, or sacral plexus. The ancient Greeks and Romans both named the sacrum the holy bone, the sacred temple of your back. Traditionally recognized as the temple of the back, it's little wonder when you see how crucial this region is. Now, do you see how busy this area is, especially compared to the rest of your back? What Virgil showed me is that this region functions as the control center of your back. Virtually every nerve, muscle, and tendon in your back either attaches to or passes through this all-important sacral plexus. How to control the control center. Now here's what's critical for you to understand about this control center. The health of your whole back depends on the health of your sacral plexus. And in almost all of Virgil's patients, fixing the problem of back pain starts and stops with your sacral complex. Even if you have sciatic pain shooting down your leg, or if pain is radiating up into your neck, that pain has a connection to your sacral plexus. But Virgil noticed something very alarming about chronic back pain. 90% of adults experience back pain at some point in their lives, and back pain is now the leading cause of disability in people under 45 years old, where back pain is non-existent. However, Virgil discovered something equally astounding. Chronic back pain is virtually non-existent in non-industrialized, primitive cultures. These non-industrialized, primitive cultures all have one posture in common. A culture-wide daily posture that helps promote the health of the holy bone automatically. It's a daily movement that's part of everyday life, and it's helping keep these individuals immune to chronic back pain. You'll also want to know that industrialized countries abandoned this pose centuries ago, right when chronic back pain arrived on our shores. The skeleton key to chronic back pain. But the primitive pose Virgil showed me, and I'll tell you about it in just a minute, is the one key first step in reversing back pain. The skeleton key to unlocking your sacral plexus, so you can start getting you the pain relief you want, need, and deserve, finally allowing you to get your young back back. You see, resolving and eliminating back pain is simple, even easy, when you know exactly where to start, opening up your sacral plexus. How sad is it that the vast majority of Americans suffering from chronic back pain are still searching for that needle in a haystack? What's more, the vast majority of Americans still haven't been told that virtually every back problem starts and ends with the sacral region. Western medicine is still held hostage by the powerful back pain industry, who profit by keeping people in pain and dependent on a system driven by big pharma. So many of Virgil's students have escaped this vicious cycle, like Maggie W., who said, "A year ago, I started having huge pains in my back. A rheumatologist told me I had cervical spondylosis. The pain was getting worse over time. Nothing was helping, not even all the pills I tried. After one session, my pains were gone, and I regained my mobility. Before, I couldn't raise my hands or dress. I'm speechless. This is amazing." And Nona M., who wrote in, "I was suffering from occipital neuralgia for more than 4 years. I took a lot of drugs, including some that were giving me unbearable side effects. The pain was awful. I couldn't stand the light, the noise. I wasn't eating. I couldn't do anything, not even sleep. After only one session, my pains disappeared." Lie number 3. Inflammation is your back's #1 enemy, and anti-inflammatories are your best friend. Information about inflammation is everywhere these days, from news reports to talk shows, and for good reason. According to Harvard Medical School, it is at the root of most chronic diseases, like cancer, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's. But you see, as a result, the back pain industry found a way to profit off of the problem of inflammation by developing countless anti-inflammatory drugs like aspirin, celecoxib, Celebrex, diclofenac, Cambia, Cataflam, Voltaren XR, Zipzor, Zorfalex, ibuprofen, Motrin, Advil, indomethacin, Indocin, plus a handful of problematic discontinued anti-inflammatories. So if a doctor or specialist has told you inflammation is your enemy when it comes to chronic back pain, they'd be right, but only half right. You see, the inflammatory response is actually a natural process your body undergoes to battle against harmful things like toxins, infections, and injuries. It's the vital process that brings healing to damaged cells in your body. Simply put, the inflammatory response is your friend, not your enemy. But prescribing anti-inflammatories as step number 1 when addressing back pain creates a problem, a big problem. When introduced too soon, anti-inflammatory drugs interrupt the healing process. While your body is naturally trying to repair injured cells in your soft tissue, anti-inflammatories hijack this natural repair process, which ends up delaying and prolonging the healing process, leaving your body in an inflamed state of constant alert. Chronic inflammation is chronically harmful, and the inflammation that initially brought healing can become chronic, which means it starts betraying you by attacking your healthy cells, damaging your tissues, joints, and even your organs. In other words, the anti-inflammatory first approach can actually make things way worse. A recent report by the American Physical Therapy Association has called into question the almost automatic reliance on anti-inflammatories to address soft tissue injuries. Many experts cite growing evidence that this artificial anti-inflammatory approach interrupts and delays rather than helps the healing process. But, as distressing as that is, here's where the third and perhaps most shocking lie comes into play. What Virgil showed me was that while chronic inflammation plays a big role in back pain, surprise, your true enemy is this. Inflammation isn't the most sinister villain when it comes to back pain, sciatica, or even herniated discs, but rather, most sinister villain is called soft tissue hypoxia. This is where, due to soft tissue constriction, the cells in your soft tissue are starved for oxygen because chronic muscle constriction is blocking the critical flow of blood to and from those cells. Healthy blood flow is critical in keeping your cells healthy. Your bloodstream carries critical nutrients like oxygen to your cells, but your bloodstream also removes dangerous waste and toxins from your cells. But chronic muscle constriction shuts down this vital process like a giant roadblock, which puts your cells into a state of hypoxia. Toxins and waste get piled up, and fresh nutrients like oxygen can't find their way in. Without a fresh supply of oxygen, prolonged hypoxia causes your muscles and tendons to degrade and even break down. Hypoxia equals a lack of mobility. They lose their elasticity and pliability and their ability to function properly, which means you lose your mobility. All of this puts undue and unnatural pressure on the nerves flowing through Grand Central Station of your sacral plexus, which is how chronic back pain sets in. Think of the soft tissue in your back like a knot. The more you pull on the knot, the tighter and tighter it gets, and the more difficult it becomes to loosen. Hypoxic soft tissue without oxygen or nutrients is like a knot that gets pulled, yanked, and tightened from all directions. And when it comes to your back, the more fused, knotted, and mashed together your soft tissue becomes, the deeper and harder to resolve your chronic back pain. The problem with anti-inflammatory first. I'm sure by now you can see the problem with the anti-inflammatory first approach. By identifying the wrong villain, inflammation, and by missing the true culprit, hypoxia. The back pain industry hasn't done you any favors. Listen, I know this is a lot of bad news. It's a lot to take in, and you may even feel betrayed by the system right now. I know I did, but the good news is this. Once you understand that the ultimate villain is hypoxia, getting relief to the right area becomes simpler and way easier than you ever thought possible. Getting your young back is simply a matter of reintroducing oxygen to muscles and tendons that have been starving for far too long. Imagine this. Imagine yourself gardening again without a worry in the world. Imagine yourself golfing or playing tennis again without wincing in pain with every stroke. Imagine getting the life you love and so sorely missed back. Now for me, I can't tell you how fun it was to hit the dance floor again, finally free. Believe me when I tell you, you're seconds away from hearing about the one stretch that can kick hypoxia to the curb. I can't wait to tell you about it. For me, Virgil's approach is working very well. I've suffered from L5-S1 disc herniation, but after the first session, my pain disappeared. Marion, Hello, I just wanted to thank you for everything. After only one session, I managed to get rid of occipital neuralgia that I was struggling with for about 3 to 4 years. It's been 2 weeks now, and I have no pain at all. Happy holidays and a joyous new year. Maria N. The Himalayan King pose that helps destroy hypoxia. What if there was one stretch that could open up your sacral plexus and allow massive amounts of pain-ridding oxygen to flood the hypoxic cells in your back? One movement that finally begins to relieve the choking back pain you're struggling with right now? What if there was one stretch that can put an end to all those back pain industry lies for good? Lies telling you that you'll never be completely free of chronic back pain, that you just have to manage your back pain for the rest of your life with a steady stream of pills, specialists, and interventions, all while you pray for a miracle. Wouldn't you want to know what it is? If the answer is yes, then here are 3 things you need to know right off the bat. Number 1, what I'm about to show you is a progressive stretch. In other words, the more you do it, the more your results will be. Number 2, this stretch starts with the primitive poop pose I mentioned earlier, because this is the pose primitive, non-industrialized cultures use to poop. Virgil calls this first stretch the Himalayan King, after the robust armies of the Himalayas, where this pose originated over 5,000 years ago. Virgil took the primitive poop pose and with one simple tweak made it into a 4-dimensional stretch, massively increasing the oxygen hyperfusion of the pose. I'll tell you all about the one tweak Virgil added in just a moment. Number 3. This stretch is the very first movement you'll learn in the video course Virgil put together, specifically for back pain sufferers just like you. Introducing Back Pain SOS. Here's what just a few of Virgil's students have said about this all-natural approach to banishing back pain. Alina E. said, after only 2 sessions, the pain caused by a cervical and lumbar hernia almost disappeared, even though I never thought this could be possible. Thank you. Mihaela D. celebrated. It's been 2 years now without drugs and pain. Thank you, Virgil, for everything. You should listen to him. This is pure gold and a miracle. Then there's Victoria M., who said, I had huge problems with my back, especially with my spine, but with this help, I managed to get rid of my pain and I feel amazing now. I warmly recommend this. Back Pain SOS is designed so that once you have it in your hands, you could say goodbye to back pain forever, right in the comfort of your own home, without seeing one more specialist, or getting on another frustrating wait list, without getting one more dangerous prescription, or being subjected to painful injections, and without spending another dime on an insurance copay or deductible. Back Pain SOS is accessible in full 1080p HD digital format, so you can access it whenever is most convenient for you. The safety, convenience, and comfort of your own home. Become pain-free in the comfort of your own home, or anywhere you travel in the world. Now, before I tell you everything you get when you order the Back Pain SOS, you need to understand that this is far more than a collection of random stretches, movements, or poses. Virgil's entire approach is based on a progression he calls the Sequential Oxygen System, or SOS system for short. The SOS system is designed to systematically and progressively unlock and open up hypoxic cells to more and more oxygen. Sequentially, you see, if you perform back stretches in any random order, you can miss out on the full benefit of them. And in some instances, if your body isn't ready for them, certain stretches can actually do more harm than good. So when you invest in your pain-free back today, you're investing in a system that has been perfectly formulated to progressively increase circulation, starting in the sacral plexus, then extending all over your back, radically reducing your pain. But it starts in the one place that matters most, the sacral plexus, your holy bone. The very first sequence you'll encounter inside Back Pain SOS is a 5-move sequence that starts with the Himalayan King. I'm going to hit pause for just a moment to tell you exactly how to perform this stretch. Then I'll continue showing you everything you get when you order Back Pain SOS today. I truly want you to start experiencing relief as soon as humanly possible. Here's how it works. Here's how to perform the Himalayan King. My neck was so stiff I couldn't move my head for about a month. Now I don't have any problem. Today's medicine teaches us to take drugs. Our ancestors lived better and healthier. I recommend Virgil's ancestral techniques. Vasile S. Now don't worry if you can't perform this stretch exactly as demonstrated right now. Remember, this is a progressive movement, and it's been designed to offer you massive benefit, no matter the state of your physical body. The Himalayan King is a type of squat that everyone I've worked with has eventually been able to do, even if it seems difficult at first. Even Dimitri, who's been in a wheelchair for 6 years, eventually got this stretch down pat. Start here. So, start with keeping your back as straight as possible. It may be helpful to perform this against a wall. While maintaining contact with your back against the wall, begin to lower yourself into a squat. ideally keeping your heels on the ground. Then, with your elbows, push your knees outward. The key to this oxygen-rich movement is that it's a four-dimensional stretch. In other words, it's stretching the soft tissues in your sacral plexus, both up and down and side to side. This is what's happening inside your cells. Right now, you're massively increasing the circulation inside oxygen and nutrient-starved cells, which carries away toxins and reduces inflammation naturally. Reduced inflammation relieves the pressure on sensitive nerves in your sacral plexus, reducing your pain. Now, this is the most powerful four-dimensional stretch Virgil knows of. It's so life-restoring for your sacral plexus, which is why it's the very first of 5 sequential movements inside Back Pain SOS. I had cervical spondylosis with daily headaches, back pains, and dizziness. After one session, I could say that all my pain disappeared miraculously. Thank you. And I recommend your therapy to everyone in need. Genevieve R. Movement number 2 is called Ninja in the Grass, a movement that takes the SOS system to a whole new level. This move is a tightly guarded secret of one of the most private martial arts, ninjutsu. This movement is specifically performed for recovery and maintaining flexibility. As a black belt in ninjutsu, Virgil borrowed the secret ninja move, so you too could learn the back recovery stretch ninjas use to combat hypoxia, supplying fresh oxygen to their sacral plexus so they can keep their backs flexible, even bendable. With Ninja in the Grass, your back will glean massive benefit from this oxygen-saturating four-dimensional stretch. And like all these movements, the more consistently you do them, the more transformative your progress will be, because you're teaching your body a whole new collection of muscle memory, and the more permanent your freedom from back pain. My husband had an acute pain crisis and could barely move. In only one session, my husband's starting to feel much better. I highly recommend Mr. Virgil's system. Mariana D. Now, the third movement is called 4 on the floor. It's the one movement in this sequence that will require a tool. You can start out with a simple tennis ball, but I'll show you the exact product I recommend on Amazon. It's only $7. It can be at your house in 2 days. And there's a very significant reason this specific ball is the perfect configuration for 4 on the floor. Here's why. You have 4 very specific nerves going through your openings in your sacrum. Virgil calls them the priest nerves in the temple of your holy bone. And in 99 out of 100 cases Virgil deals with, your priest nerves are the 4 nerves suffering the most from massively compaction. 4 on the floor laser targets these 4 priest nerves. By using an ancient acupressure technique to target this area, you'll be supporting your body's natural anti-inflammatory response. You'll be flushing out toxins, decreasing inflammation, and refreshing the oxygen supply to your soft tissue. Remember, inflammation and hypoxia in your sacral plexus translates to pain, discomfort, and swelling both in your upper back, your neck, and even down into your legs. The sequential oxygen system is truly priority number 1 for your sacral plexus. Now, this movement will allow your sacred plexus to finally breathe a sigh of relief. I bet you can't wait for that moment to feel your back pain disappear. Now, this movement's place in this sequence is hugely important, because if you did this pose out of order, without first opening up your sacrum with the Himalayan King and Ninja in the Grass, you could do a lot of damage. Virgil will walk you through this simple sequence, step by step. I want to thank Virgil for taking my pain away. After giving birth, I remained with constant, unbearable back pain. The simplest tasks became almost impossible to do because of the pain. With just one session, I miraculously regained my mobility. Thank you, Belle B. The next movement in the sequence is called the astronaut launch, because you'll be assuming the pose of our NASA heroes at launch. After the astronaut launch comes one more acupressure movement called the backhand three-pointer. Growing research from Youngstown State University points to direct nerve connections throughout our bodies that, when targeted properly, can help drastically reduce back pain. You'll take advantage of a little-known connection between one specific spot on the back of your hand to your lower back. You'll use this simple yet relaxing acupressure movement to fully achieve all of the benefits of the very first sequence inside Back Pain SOS. 2 very important notes on utilizing this sequence. Number 1, most stretches or movements you'll get from a chiropractor, physical therapist, or kinesiologist are typically 2-dimensional. In other words, they will typically stretch your muscles only 2 ways, either up and down or side to side. Think of the old runner's stretch we used to do in gym class. You know, where you bend over to touch your toes? It's a great example of a 2-dimensional movement. It's only oxygenating your soft tissue in 2 directions, basically up and down. However, these kinds of stretches provide you with nowhere near the massive benefit inherent in Virgil's dynamic, four-dimensional postures. The impact this makes in oxygenating your desperate muscles and tendons cannot be overstated. When you stretch your muscles in 4 dimensions simultaneously, your back can quickly become the pliable, flexible, oxygen-infused, and pain-free foundation it was when you were young. No other approach is built around the 4-dimensional SOS system, and frankly, your back is starving for the oxygen the 4D SOS system will give it. Note number 2. Performing the entire SOS system in 4D will only take between 10 to 12 minutes. But Virgil emphasizes that the more you do it, the better your results will be. Some of Virgil's students go through it once in the morning and once in the evening. Still others go through it 3 times a day. Still others double up, do it twice in a row, morning, noon, and night. The results will compound, and the more consistent you are, the more carryover you'll experience from day to day. The comprehensive SOS system. Now, sequence number 1 is just the tip of the iceberg inside back pain SOS. There's so much more you're going to get in sequential, life-infusing stretches and movements. In fact, there's a total of 100 stretches, movements, poses, and pressure points available inside Back Pain SOS. Virgil went above and beyond to make Back Pain SOS a comprehensive guide to getting your young back back. But again, don't worry if that sounds overwhelming, because Virgil makes it so clear and easy to understand as he sequentially walks you through everything you'll need. When you invest in a pain-free back today, you're not getting a random handful of movements, exercises, and stretches. You're getting a comprehensive and integrated system that will help make your back bulletproof to pain well into the future. How and where you begin makes all the difference. The symptom checker in Back Pain SOS alone is worth the price of admission. Aside from the Himalayan sequence, the very first module you'll visit will be the symptom checker, which may be worth the price of admission in and of itself, because this is where Virgil will help you assess exactly what your symptoms are right now with your back pain. And then, what's even better, Virgil will guide you through exactly what your first step is and what your next step needs to be for ultimate relief. No matter what type of back pain you're suffering from right now, or the location, Virgil helps you get the information you need to get you on the right track fast. For example, if you can't even walk because of your back pain, or if you can walk but still have significant pain, Virgil tells you exactly where to start and where not to. This is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all approach. The symptom checker will actually walk you through a customized plan, even if you're suffering from a herniated disc or sciatica. That's even a path if you've suffered a fractured vertebrae, or if prosthetics are complicating your back health. In other words, no matter the severity of your back pain, no matter the location of your back pain, no matter the cause of your back pain, no matter your condition, there is a customized, personalized, step-by-step process that will gently walk you through the steps to take it home, to finally get you the relief you so desperately need, want, and deserve. Part 1 of Back Pain SOS is called SOS Solo Sequence. After assessing your specific condition in the symptom checker, Virgil is going to help you go deeper into resolving the hypoxia caused by muscle compaction. With DIY solo sequences, you can do it yourself, anywhere. This module is divided into 2 sections, one for low to moderate back pain, and one that addresses a higher intensity of back pain. It's going to help you extend the benefits of increased circulation and oxygen supply in the right sequence for your unique situation. Since oxygen is the cornerstone of this course, Virgil has added specific 4D breathing techniques that will enhance each and every movement to maximize your soft tissue oxygenation. What's more, after helping thousands and thousands of back pain sufferers, Virgil's seen firsthand the power of the right mindset when it comes to eliminating back pain. There's a special section on getting into and staying in a healing-focused mindset. It's another powerful component of Back Pain SOS that you won't find with your local specialist, because it's just not part of the failing protocols that have dominated Western medicine for decades. Inside SOS Solo Sequence, you'll learn the following movements and stretches. Tabletop, the movement your mother would have killed you for, but go ahead and put your foot on the table so you can get your lower body and lower back in alignment and get an extra dose of oxygen right where you need it. The Flying Ninja may look complicated, but it's a natural extension of feet on the table and ninja in the grass. By standing or flying, you can control the depth of the stretch and the volume of O2. Next is Bow to Royalty, a simple movement utilizing your kitchen table to bow, all while becoming back royalty. 4 on the Floor 2.0 picks up where version 1 left off, but is an adapted version if your pain is too intense for version 1. Sleeping Baby. helps train and support your spine like a sleeping baby. It's one of the most relaxing, peaceful, and oxygen-infusing movements inside Back Pain SOS. Rock and Roly-Poly will gently guide you through a dynamic movement that elongates your spine while using the activate pressure points that send hypoxia scurrying. The crossed figure 4 is designed for those with significant pain and can be adapted to the level of discomfort you're experiencing, all the way from slight to powerful. The Pillow Prayer movement is a breathing movement designed to maximize oxygen intake into your lungs, as well as into your lower back. The SOS solo sequence is designed to get you maximum relief anywhere, anytime, with common household tools and aids, all by yourself. The next module is called the SOS Partner Sequence. Working with a partner will take your mobility to a whole new level, which is why Virgil designed an entire module around the movements, stretches, and massage techniques you can do at home with a partner. Partners can help extend your range of motion, provide pressure where you can't reach, and provide assistance against both gravity and discomfort. This could be your husband, wife, or partner, a caregiver, or even a grandchild can help. All videos segments include a clear demonstration from multiple angles so you can see what it looks like. Plus, Virgil provides additional instructional videos for the caregiver so they know exactly what to do. This module starts with the SOS Partner Signature Sequence. Inside the sequence, you and your partner will discover Broom Goes the Drum, where your partner will use a $10 Chinese broom to lightly tap or drum on your back. The percussive taps help unlock blood vessels and capillaries, opening up areas of tightness and hypoxia. 4 square elbows. Your partner will target the 4 kingpin nerves with their elbows, opening up passageways through your sacral plexus to battle hypoxia and stagnancy. Massage Tool 4 square will follow the same pattern but with a $6 massage tool. Racing stripes. Your partner will take the massage tool and run racing stripes over your sacral plexus, further activating the healthy inflammatory response so that it works right. Toxins out, oxygen in. In addition to the signature sequence, Virgil will give your partner detailed instructions on how to put his most effective in-clinic movements to work, right in the comfort of your own home. This additional segment includes From Knee to Shining Knee, a knee wave that loosens soft tissue. The oxygen lever. Think of your leg like a big lever your partner pulls and pushes to pump up and infiltrate your back with oxygen. The astronaut roll-up. Your partner helps extend your leg to the sky to release, open up your sacral plexus. The scissor spoon. It's like a spoon and scissors combined. Your back will love it. The Twisted X gets you in a full stretch position, totally inaccessible on your own. The Puppy Pounce Push. In this unique pose, your partner will provide a gentle push that will be dynamite at releasing back pain. The SOS Partner Sequence is designed to further activate vital circulation all across your back, but with special emphasis on your sacral plexus. Your back will love you and your partner. Part 3 of Back Pain SOS is called SOS Massage Tools for Pain Relief. After testing endless pain-relieving tools, Virgil's identified a handful of simple tools that get the SOS stamp of approval. More important than the tools themselves, Virgil will demonstrate exactly how to use each one for maximum efficacy, because using the right tool the wrong way can do more harm than good. Virgil will walk you through each tool with simple instructions and with detailed video demonstration. Included in the toolbox are foam rollers, massage balls, and the massage claw. How to think outside the box, as well as out-of-the-box tools used in ancient cultures, like the Chinese broom, plus some fairly new massage tools, like the Beastie Bar. Even though it looks a little scary, it's become a favorite for Virgil students. It delights and oxygenates your soft tissues like nothing else. This collection of tools are a huge hit with weightlifters and athletes, just like the ones Virgil helped get to the Olympic podium in 2012. All because these tools help loosen up muscles and tendons suffering from horrible hypoxia, and breaks up fused muscles and tendons, relieving pressure on nerves. Please note, there are more ways to use this tool the wrong way than there are the right way, and Virgil will show you how to avoid injury. It's simple and easy the way he explains it, and he'll show you exactly how to use it for maximum benefit. To round out SOS massage tools, Virgil will outline for you a handful of oils and creams that will aid in your recovery and get you back to the life you love, fast. All of these tools are available for a minimum investment on Amazon or an online store of your choice. Part 4. How to Find SOS Back Pain Allies, PDF. The final module is all about helping you find quality allies to help you and your back stay pain-free. After all, sometimes you need a professional ally to further you on your way, to help you if you get stuck, to help you reach what you can't reach on your own, and to extend your pain relief breakthrough. But Who can you trust? Who can you turn to who understands that the answer isn't just more pills and interventions? Your time and money is so valuable. Why waste it on unenlightened experts? And why risk a setback due to an outdated protocol? Wouldn't it be nice to have a comprehensive list of qualifying questions to help you separate the wheat from the chaff? That's exactly what Virgil has in mind when he put together this list of questions you can ask any professional, whether they're a chiropractor, a massage therapist, a kinesiologist, or a physical therapist. Virgil wants to make sure you don't experience a setback in your journey with a pain-free back. Lay your worries to rest once and for all with Virgil's bulletproof list of questions and answers that'll quickly and accurately identify the allies you want on your team. Back pain equals distant memory. So your back pain continues to be a distant memory. Now, if you're anything like I was when I was battling chronic back pain, you're skeptical of any new secret putting itself out there as the answer to your chronic back pain. You're right to be skeptical, suspicious even. After all, the system is set up against you. The back pain industry takes your money, hopes you keep coming back, all while never once guaranteeing results. But that's not what Back Pain SOS is all about. And it's not what Virgil is all about. Truth is, it wasn't that long ago I was sitting right where you're sitting right now, hoping for a real solution, desperate for a pain-free life. But after months and months of zero progress, I started believing things would never change. I had actually started to give into the lies of pain management and just deal with it. And let me tell you, that hurt almost as much as my back pain. But once I finally learned how oxygen has the power to unleash the body's natural healing processes, and when I learned the exact steps to unleash that power, that's when everything changed. And that's why I'm so confident you'll experience the same pain-free transformation. So if you're ready right now to discover how to leverage the power of the SOS system, then all you need to do is click the big Yes, Add to Cart button below. Look, taking action to invest in relieving your back pain can feel overwhelming at times, especially if you've been through the ringer physically, emotionally, financially, chasing your tail with the next hope that ended up turning into false hope. It's frustrating and deflating to feel stuck on the back pain industry's merry-go-round. Fortunately, Virgil totally understands that frustration, which is why he wants to help you by removing any doubts you may have. For starters, Virgil is offering you an unprecedented 60-day money-back guarantee. If Back Pain SOS doesn't fulfill its promise to help your back become pain-free, he'll send you your money back. What doctor, specialist, chiropractor, or therapist has ever offered a full refund if you didn't get the results you want, need, and deserve? What healthcare professional has ever made you that kind of ironclad guarantee? In truth, Virgil's giving you 60 days to prove him right. You have nothing to lose, except that dreadful pain in your back right now. After all, if you're like me, you've spent countless dollars on appointments with doctors and specialists, on prescriptions and over-the-counter pain relief meds. And that's not to mention if you've spent thousands on a surgery that didn't end up working out like you'd hoped. For less than the cost of an hour-long massage, you can have instant access to the pain-relieving information that's worked for countless back pain sufferers. I'll ask you this again. Has any other back pain solution offered you a money-back guarantee? But even better than that, Virgil wants to send you a handful of bonuses when you take action today. Why not be rewarded for investing in your back health? Bonus number 1, the Better Sleep Now bonus video, a $37 value. If you've ever struggled to get to sleep fast, then wake up feeling refreshed because your back made that virtually impossible, you're definitely going to want to get your hands on this 4-move, 5-minute get-to-sleep-fast bedtime routine. Virgil will demonstrate the simple routine as a bonus DVD and download if you take action today. This 4-movement routine includes astronaut figure for 1, astronaut figure for 2, 2 towels and a book, Bible 1, 2 towels and a book, Bible 2, half-cross figure for twist. The sequence of these moves is designed to help your body and mind relax, and to loosen up muscles and tendons, especially when sore and well-worn from the day's activities. Set yourself up for the best and most comfortable sleep ever with Better Sleep Now. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You restored my sleep. I can finally rest after 7 years of dreadful pain, waking up every 2 hours and having trouble falling back asleep. In the morning, I was more tired than in the evening. All this after only 2 sessions. Maria M. The third revolutionary reason to take action right now. The second bonus video is called Rise and Shine, a $67 value. In this powerful 7-minute routine, Virgil will demonstrate on video a fall out of bed easy sequence that will help you start your day feeling more energy and vitality than ever. Do this before your morning coffee. Do this before your morning shower. Do this first and watch how your mornings are transformed from groggy, tight, and sore to alert, vibrant, and ready to seize the day. This bonus sequence is comprised of the following 96 movements that simply flow one into the other before you even get out of bed. Make sure you have a bath towel handy for the following: lift, pull, and twist, pillow top roly-poly, astronaut towel on the toes, Rocky Balboa with a towel, reverse Rocky Balboa with a towel, seated towel on the toes, the seated butterfly, out of bed, the bedside scissor prayer, the 45-degree walk down. Nothing could be of greater importance to your back and body than a flood of oxygen and nutrient-rich blood to your whole body. First thing in the morning, if you used to dread waking up because of how painful and tight your back has been, Rise and Shine helps make that dread a thing of the past. You deserve to start your day feeling amazing. Here's the 4th revolutionary reason to invest in your back health today. Bonus number 3 is a special report. It's called Pain SOS, Nature's Morphine, and it's all about how to relieve pain 100% naturally. Here's the thing. Life happens, especially as we age. We strain this, push that, and bumps, bruises, strains, and sprains are bound to happen. But what if there was a legitimate alternative to popping a pain pill or an anti-inflammatory? Wouldn't you want to have nature's best pain-relieving secrets right at your fingertips? Well, that's what this special report is all about. It's knowledge and wisdom taken from cultures outside of the modern chemistry craze and modern industrial greed. These all-natural solutions don't just claim to be effective. They've been proven effective for generations. But they're all but forgotten because the medical industrial complex has produced enough noise to cover up this knowledge. But not anymore. If you take action today, I'll rush this exclusive free ebook to your inbox ASAP. You can have pain relief without the side effects, without interrupting the natural healing process, without feeding the industrial medical complex another dime. And it's yours 100% free by investing in your health today. Don't let this resource be lost to your world. I encourage you to take action now. Bonus number 4 is another exclusive SOS ebook. It's a special report called the SOS Anti-Inflammatory Diet. This 5th and final special bonus is a special report you absolutely need in your hands. It's a special report on how to eat and what to eat to support your body's natural anti-inflammatory response. You see, there's a dirty little secret Big Pharma likes to keep from the unsuspecting public, and that is this. As your body ages, it struggles more and more with chronic inflammation. It's because of a little-known cytokine that occurs. And if you aren't taking the necessary steps to prevent it, you have no choice but to succumb to its pain-inducing effects. You and your body deserve to be in the know, and it starts with what and how you are nourishing your body. By shaping the food we eat so as to train rather than overstimulate your body's healthy inflammatory response. Remember, the inflammatory response in itself is natural. It's how our body rushes healing to trouble spots. It only becomes harmful when it becomes chronic and excessive. You have the power to flip the switch on unhealthy inflammation, all by eating a diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods and antioxidants. Virgil's done his due diligence to provide you with a 100% free guide to the ultimate anti-inflammatory diet. Here's the best part. It won't cost you more at the grocery store. On the contrary, it will likely cost you less. Save money and feel 100 times better for it? It's a win-win. Get this vital information at your fingertips for the sake of your health and the sake of your family. Picture this. For just a moment, I want you to close your eyes and imagine living your life free of chronic back pain. Imagine your life where you're no longer limited by pain. A life where you're free to do what you love when you want to. Ultimately, it's what you want, need, and deserve. Imagine what it will feel like to have the joy of waking up every morning, knowing that your back will no longer limit your choices. Live life bigger. It will no longer make your life smaller than it should be. Imagine a life where you feel so good in your body that a whole new world of possibilities is awaiting you, and the ones you love. All you have to do is simply click or tap the button below. You'll get instant access to the SOS system. You'll finally be free from the chains of soft tissue fusion. When you click the Add to Cart button, you'll be redirected to a 100% secure order form utilizing military-grade encryption. You'll then be able to confirm everything that accompanies your purchase today, so you are 100% in the know about everything you're getting to end your chronic back pain once and for all. Once your payment is confirmed, instant access equals faster transformation. You'll get instant access to the SOS system, so you can start your transformation immediately. Don't let yourself spend another minute in the waiting room just to see a specialist who only knows of outdated protocols. Don't let yourself suffer another agonizing moment where you can't focus on anything but your discomfort. And once and for all, quit giving in to the lies of the back pain industry and free yourself from profit-driven Big Pharma. Here's one final thought. Now I want you to consider one final thought. For just a moment, I want to invite you to forget everything you've been told about your back pain. up until now. I want to invite you to think of your back health not as a set of circumstances that conspire to confine you in the prison of chronic back pain, but rather I want to invite you to think of your back health as a choice. Remember Robert Frost's poem? Perhaps you read it in high school, the one about the road less traveled. He spoke of coming to a crossroads and taking the road less traveled by the masses. Here's what makes the difference, and how that made all the difference. You stand in this moment at a similar crossroads. On one side is the road paved by the back pain industry. It's a smooth and shiny highway, promising short-term gains through pills and interventions that merely attempt to hide and cover up the true problem. It's the same road that millions and millions of Americans have been funneled down, only to become disappointed, disillusioned, and discouraged when they were told they'd have to learn to manage their pain for life with the dangerous tools the back pain industry gave them, all with zero accountability and zero guarantee. Is that the road you want to take? The other road is the road Virgil is shining a light on for you right now. It's the road less traveled. Because up until now, the back pain industry has been so loud, it drowns out every other voice. But it's this road that can and will make all the difference, because the results are real. So real they're guaranteed. So, which road will you travel? I sincerely hope that for your sake, and for the sake of your loved ones, that, like me, you'll choose the road less traveled, because it will make all the difference. If you're ready to flip the script on your endless back pain once and for all, click the button below. And remember, if for any reason you aren't 100% ecstatic about your results, all it takes is a simple email and Virgil will give you a 100% refund with no questions asked. There's simply no reason to not start living a life free from chronic back pain. Right now, I know with 100% certainty that you deserve it. I hope you do too. Click the button below and I'll see you on the other side. What others are saying. Thank you very much for what this did for me. I had frequent headaches and a bad overall condition. I can say that now I feel better and better. May God give you health, prosperity, and happiness, because what you are doing is a blessing. Dana D. Virgil fixed me after giving birth. I don't have enough words to say how much I appreciate his system. This was the healing touch I needed. Angela M. Just another 2 sessions and the pain is gone. I want to thank Virgil for all his help. I truly recommend him to everyone who's in pain. This works, and without taking drugs. Loredana S. This works miracles. I had a herniated disc and I feel good after only 1 therapy session. I recommend Virgil to anyone who's in pain. Try only 1 session and you'll feel amazing. Nicolette P. In my case, a C4-C5 cervical degenerative disc disease manifested in 6 years of constant headache and dizziness. I had difficulty concentrating, sleeping, and waking up, but not anymore. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Vance T. My mother was suffering from cervical spondylosis and had huge pain in the lumbar area, which had brought on depression. After only 1 session, the pain was alleviated. The next day, she was a new person, more energetic. She had such a bright face. It was something I hadn't seen in a long time. Angie W. Diagnosed with L5-S1 herniated disc in 2014, I was told I needed surgery. Knowing the risk of this surgery, I searched for alternatives. Nothing I had found made a difference. But after only 1 session with Virgil's system, the pain disappeared. What he's teaching is working perfectly. Marion I. My herniated disc provoked unbearable pains. I can now say how effective his system is. I thought the pains were permanent. I couldn't imagine how great it would be to live without them. And yes, you were totally right. I feel great now. Thank you. George L. All I can say is thank you, Virgil. I know people are skeptical, but I recommend him from the bottom of my heart. Just try 1 session. You have nothing to lose, and so much to gain. More energy and a pain-free, relaxed body. Well done, Virgil. Laura T. I was suffering from lumbar problems and L4, L5 herniated disc. After only 1 session, I'm more pain-free than I thought I could be. I'm glad I took this decision. If only I could have done this sooner. I would have saved money and time. George M. I had had 5 surgeries because of my herniated disc, 4 in less than a year and another one after 2 years. I had huge pains. Only Tramadol and Lyrica drugs worked on me. I tried Virgil's system. I was so miserable that it couldn't be worse. After 1 session, I got up on my feet. The tingling was gone. The numbness as well. After 1 day, my back pain was gone. For me, it was a miracle. If you don't want to go to that hell that comes after a surgery and spending a lot of money like I did, try Virgil's system first. My wife couldn't believe the miracle. Drex S. Thank you so much for helping me and my wife. May God keep you healthy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Randy E. After only 1 session, I got rid of the dreadful headache I had because of my spondylosis. Joanna B. My back and knees were in pain for a couple of years now. After only 1 session, I'm a new person. Today I moved so freely, and that is only due to Virgil's amazing system. Greta S. Facts. Hey, if you're still here, you may still be thinking about your order, which I totally understand. And you may have some questions that I can help answer. Here are the top questions I get in my inbox, and the answers that might help you right now. Question: what if I can't do the stretches and moves? Every move and stretch in the program is designed to work for everybody. Virgil gives you different modifications and options for each movement. He understands that not everyone comes into this program super flexible. Remember, this is the system that helped relieve my back pain. When it was in so much pain, I could hardly walk. Question: will this work equally well for men and women? Absolutely. Even though men and women have slight variations in their anatomy, the basic structure is still the same. Virgil's sequence has helped an equal amount of men and women. Question: what if I'm over 65? Will this work for me too? 100% yes. Virgil built in modifications to this program, so you wouldn't need to worry about figuring them out yourself. His program will guide you through each and every step, so you can have confidence you're doing the right thing at the right time. Question: what if this doesn't work for me? Your trust in Virgil's system is 100% protected. He's so confident you'll experience real results that he'll personally refund 100% of your investment for a full 60 days after your purchase. Question: how is my personal information kept safe? Here's what will happen when you click the Add to Cart button. You'll find yourself in a 100% secure processing platform on ClickBank's state-of-the-art payment gateway. Your personal information is electronically encrypted with the same security measures used by Amazon and the U.S. military. ClickBank's platform is trusted by more than 200 million customers in more than 190 countries. What's more, it's rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Question: what form of payment can I use? You may use a credit or debit card or PayPal to complete your purchase. Question: will there be hidden charges? 100% no. This will be a one-time secure investment, and you'll be able to access everything I just mentioned. Thank you so much for investing in your back health by watching this free presentation.